Hello, 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 everyone. This is Jersey Z. You can call me Lee. And here we are in the second part, well, the second entire half of this game. Ace Attorney Chronicles 2 Resolve. Or I guess Chronicles is the compilation. The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, part of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, I did take a little peek at just like the episode titles. Know for a fact Kazuma's still alive. I'm telling you, that ending of the first part is definitely saying that he's alive. Because it spelled out Asogi. If he's dead, then he wouldn't have anything to do with the bullshit that's happening here, right? So he's definitely alive. He better be. No, he is. I'm putting my foot down. He is alive. No, but I did look at the like little episode titles, and at first, because I scrolled over to this one, I thought I chose the wrong game, because it says Clouded Kokoro again, but it's The Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney. I don't know who these people are. The Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. So I'm assuming that Natsume comes back? Maybe? I don't know. The Return of the Great Departed Soul. This one has like the tower on it, which they mentioned a bunch in the first half. So I'm gonna assume that it's relevant here. Twisted Karma and His Last Bow. This is also the only one that doesn't start with... It doesn't start with the. So this is a special one. Twisted Karma and His Last Bow. Also Karma? I didn't think that the Von Karmas would be, like, involved in this game. He sure is monopolizing Pop-Tarts. Oh, for sure. He faked his death for content. You know what? Get that bag. And then the resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And this is like a menacing thumbnail for the chapter. But let's just start from the beginning, shall we? Classic anime start. You can tell it's summer because of the cicada sounds. Oh, hello. Hello, Susato. Oh, is your dad dead?
Standing here in the bright sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean.
Is your dad dead?
Those days in London seem like a dream.
Oh, did your dad die?
I do miss my time in England's vast capital.
Wait, did your dad fucking die? Wait.
You know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer. I've no doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court.
Are you British?
Forgive me for taking so long to come to visit you. My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned.
Ooh.
And no one could have predicted what has happened. Just 2 months after arriving home.
I find myself faced with another awful crime. Oh, fuck. Wait, am I playing as Susato? Wait, hold on. What? The fuck?
So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court.
What?
For the only time in my life.
Wait.
As a lawyer.
Oh, shit? Wait, I get to play as Susato? That's crazy. Oh, fuck. Wait, this is the fucking goose bitch.
Please.
Oh, she's dead.
I ask for your guidance.
Oh, fuck.
Kazuma-sama.
Oh, that's Kazuma's grave. Listen, he's not dead. That's like a fake grave, you know? I'm sure he's gaslighting you too, also, somehow. The Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Wait. Wait, we get to go to, like, Japan court again? Another 7-hour stream. Oh, God. If the tutorial case well, I guess tutorial case, in this part, like, half of the game is as long as the first one, then by God, maybe. 13th of August.
Here I am again after 9 months, the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself.
Oh, your dad is not dead. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna, you know, I'm going all in on the bit. He is Elmo now, sorry.
Oh, good, you're here. It doesn't do for his lawyer to be late.
Oh, yes, good morning, sir.
That's your dad. Why do you call him sir?
I hardly recognize you. You're kind of fallen figure, Counsel. But you look as white as a sheet. And those white eyes aren't doing you any favors either.
Oh, dear. The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated.
Who am I defending? Wait, what is happening?
I almost wish that I'd never been born.
Oh, fuck. Girl.
Goodness, not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say.
Eugene Mikotoba, professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University.
He also seems evil. I don't know, man. I feel like there's some sus shit going on with him.
A man who earlier in his life traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. And of course, my brilliant father.
Excuse me. Who? Oh, hello.
Would I be correct in thinking...
Wait.
Would I be correct in thinking that you're to be my lawyer in court today? Oh, yes. Yes, that's right, miss. Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me.
Don't understand what's written on the tomb, but the third kana says zoo. Ah. Huh. I mean, it could just be scribbles, you know?
I swear on my life. It's a complete fabrication. This whole thing.
Yeah, so did you kill Goose Lady? Sorry, or like, I guess you've been accused of killing Goose Lady. And she was the killer in the first case. Which is interesting. I guess she got, you know, divine retribution.
Rei Membami. Born the same year as I and my greatest friend.
Oh. Wait. You're to be my lawyer in court today. Why? Like, this is so formal if they're friends. Why is she so formal?
Though unusual for a woman of our time, she works at the University Research Laboratory helping my father.
She's so NPC.
And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial. Accused of committing a truly awful murder.
Wait, Geese Lady? We talking about that Geese Lady? Yep. Geese Lady, like Goose Lady got killed.
Are you feeling alright? Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed.
Oh, maybe she's just like a lesbian? I don't know.
Oh my! It's just that... You look so gallant and dashing!
Oh, she is a lesbian.
Sorry? And when I fall under your intense gaze, well, it makes me feel rather bashful.
Oh, she's gay as fuck. Oh, okay. You know what? Susato gets her own love story. That's cool.
Goodness. I don't think she knows. She hasn't realized who I am.
Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? Huh?
Wahahaha! It would seem our little plan for this trial is going to work.
Wait, Susato, are you disguised as someone? Wait, Wait.
Oh, what do you mean, Professor Mikotoba?
If even your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax.
Disguise?
Why this Elmo voice? Oh, well, the short story is that I was giving him a deep gravelly voice, and then I realized it was unsustainable. Inconsolable, if you will. But, like, I decided, you know, I might as well just give myself a break and give him an Elmo voice instead.
Yes, I've never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father.
Wait, is she supposed to be doing, like, a guy voice? Is she pretending to be a guy so that she can pass as a lawyer?
Father? Oh my goodness. What? Is that you, Susato? I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner, Ray. No! What are you doing? What's going on? What?
God! I'm not gay! I swear to God!
The varsity uniform, that varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity badge! Look at you! You look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial Yumiya University, a male student!
Wait, I need to see this model! Fuck!
I'm so glad you think so.
Wait, like, what about her hair, though?
It means all my preparations have been worthwhile.
What if it was just the Rinosuke model? That'd be so funny.
I woke at 4 this morning to make a start. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that? Well, you see...
It was the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial.
My defense? Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body.
Oh, trans moment.
Courts in Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot into the courtroom. Despite the fact that the laws of this land apply to all people, male and female alike.
Oof.
But women are forbidden!
Yeah.
No shit. Why do you think I'm dressed like this? Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer. Oh, Susato! You'd go to such lengths for me? Maybe I am lesbian. Of course, you're my greatest friend.
And they were roommates.
Oh my god. I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve. Oh no! I have complete faith in you! I know that you're a total nerd when it comes to this law stuff. Ray. It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman... What a wretched reason! I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing!
Oh, yeah, okay, so she's fully accepted, okay.
Ray. Please don't look at me like that, with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes. I'm afraid I can't handle it right now. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you really do look so dashing. You should really dress up like this more often. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice.
Wahahaha! You should be pleased. It means you're looking convincing as a man.
I am pleased, I think. It certainly helped to bolster my confidence today. Ray, you're managing to put on a brave face in all this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped, and how you're trembling ever so slightly. Susato, you do believe me, don't you?
I mean, yeah, we kind of established the whole belief thing in the last half of this game. Or the previous half.
I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder. Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Isn't that right? You didn't do anything sus, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Perfectly clean. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence. Which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial.
And then it turns out that she has to defend herself. My god. She's the new protagonist, baby.
Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. Because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer. That means so much to me, Susato.
Defendant counsel! Court is about to begin! Proceed to the courtroom at once!
You should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty.
Oh, that seems unfair.
Oh! Stand aside!
Oh. They're so... Jesus. She runs fast, Susato throws hard. You know, athlete lesbians.
I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast.
Well, Susato, you've certainly surprised your father. Going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer.
I mean, is standing in at like several trials in England not experience? I feel like that's plenty prior experience, bruh.
There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case. I didn't want to burden her with that.
And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case?
Can't with this voice respect the commitment. Hey. I created the bit. I die with the bit.
Is it really because of who the victim was?
We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law is in my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
Thank you, father. I'm Susato Mikotoba, a judicial assistant. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan.
I thought your dad was sick. Wait, was that a lie? Or did he just get better? I feel like an illness that gets better within 2 months, like, doesn't require you going all the way back home, but whatever.
How many times have I wished that he were here? I wonder. Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. Bum, 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 bum. Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san.
Here we fucking go, baby. It's Susato time, baby! Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 1. Oh, fuck, not him, bro. Fuck, I don't want to do his voice. This court is now in session to hear the trial of Rei Mimbami. Oh, wait, remember me. Remember me. I just got that. Fuck! I also don't remember what voice I gave this judge, so he's just gonna be this voice now.
The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency!
Wait, I'm sorry. This is passing? This is passing? I mean, good for Susato, I guess, if the voice is passing. Defense counsel, are you ready?
Yes, Your Excellency, we are ready.
Oh, ready. Oh, sorry. Ready.
Yes, Counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Ryutaro Naruhodo. Really? Really? Ryutaro Naruhodo? I'm crying. Is that correct? Ryutaro, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have this... I have this name badge now? Sorry?
Oh, yes, I had to come up with a suitable male name for you, for this little venture.
Naruhodo's secret sibling. Do they not vet these fucking, like, lawyers, bro? Do they not, like, background check them before they go into court, bro? Ugh.
So I prefer to say I simply put down the first name that sprung to mind.
Well, Counsel.
Yes, that's right. That's me. Yes, I am Ryutaro, he who has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan.
Early age Japan probably went with reasonable doubt. Yeah, good enough. BG check, what's this? A courtroom? Like, you know, a place where the law is supposed to be upheld. Also, I like how she has, Rinosuke's fucking, like, shifty eyes from the first trial. I guess he had them in other cases too, but it was especially prevalent in that trial.
It seems Ryutaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. And those wild, wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen.
Naruhodo?
A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. The name Naruhodo. Would that perchance be? You may be thinking of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain as part of a study program. That is,
His cousin.
That's right, Ryutaro here has been studying in the provinces, but was called to the capital for this trial. I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any of Tokyo's preeminent lawyers.
Any of them.
Tut! What a pitiful situation! Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused has had to call in a country boy.
How dare you! Susato is every bit as gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyo attorneys!
Girl, you're selling! You're fucking selling!
I won't have you making fun of her.
Stop selling!
Huh?
Wait, how did they do that joke in Japanese? They don't have, like, gendered, third-person pronouns like that. I mean, I guess she probably said something about a woman.
Please be careful, Ray.
What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not.
I'm so nervous. Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through.
Is this literally his clothes?
Like it or not, eyes are wont to flit.
The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great importance to our national interests. I seem to be getting a lot of those these days. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may very well affect the very future of our empire.
Just like the trial 9 months ago. And yet for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yokel by the dock. Dear me.
Assuming the court case is she's shitting bricks. Oh, for sure. For sure. This is her first case, and it's murder. Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense. To determine whether you are sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom.
9 months ago, when a certain other Naruhodo stood where you're standing now. The same judge tested him as well. And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colors.
Yeah, because all he asked was, do you know the fucking victim's name? Dumb shit.
For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy.
So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions? She's fucking nervous.
All right, it's time to prove myself.
She's doing his thing. That's cute.
Yes. Yes, Your Excellency. But please do make them simple.
Very well, to start with, you will state the name of the victim.
That is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried.
What's the matter?
Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruhodo-san goes through. Stage fright. Like it or not, minds are wont to blank.
God damn it!
It's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position, and in that guise. Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter under a little under the circumstances.
Oh dear, this is a dismal failure.
Don't fret. You need only use the knowledge you've gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem.
Of course, the court record. Yes, the answer will be amongst all the key information about the case in the court record.
That's right. Just use
E.
to open the court record. And you need to flip to the people section with
E.
And don't take too long over it. His Excellency is watching you closely.
All right. Check the court record with E. That's where the information I need will be.
Post-mortem report. Giselle Brett. Female British. 11th of August around 2 p.m. Ascertained by examination and witness statements. Single deep stab wound from behind, piercing a lung and resulting in a fatal hemorrhage. That's crazy. Death would have occurred within minutes. Extreme meiosis, pupil constriction was observed in the victim in both eyes. Huh. Was she like flashbanged before she was stabbed? That's crazy. Remember me. Giselle Brett. 9 months ago, she was found guilty of the murder of visiting professor Dr. John Wilson. Was she, like, punished, though? I think not, considering she was out and about getting fucking murdered. I like how the description of her father is, like, all of his, like, accomplishments. Like, he's a professor at university, he's an authority in forensic medicine. Also, he's my dad. But, like, Ray's fucking profile is like, oh yeah, she's my best friend, and then her fucking credentials, right? Says a lot about her dad, I think. I'm waiting, counsel. What is the name of the victim in this case? Giselle Brett.
Yes!
Yes! She's doing the thing.
The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett.
Giselle Brett.
A name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure.
Correct. And being a member of our empire's judiciary, you will be well aware of the significance of that name. So let me pose another simple question. As you know, Ms. Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why then is her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history?
Obviously, you won't have forgotten the case from 9 months ago. But if it's proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you need is included in the court record.
Obviously, I still remember. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett. Behind the woman's student persona was the face of...
Queen Victoria? A killer.
Yes!
9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University was killed. And the culprit was Giselle Brett.
Yes, she was a killer. At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain. And it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead. I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor...
Oh, wait.
Oh, I believe he was... I believe he was an...
Oh, wait. Is this the judge? I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikotaba?
Yes, I was indebted to the man. He'd been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university. Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly.
Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court. Oops. A student of the Imperial Yume University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Your cousin! Ain't that crazy? With the help of his best friend, his best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense and exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett. Ms. Brett eventually admitted to her crime. Yeah, no, she still got the fucking thing on, huh? However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion.
Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China, instead.
Why Shanghai?
There's a British consular court there, where British people can do lawyer things.
Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. Oops. All that remained of our empire's obligations was to see the woman safely on board a steamship. Glad to hear that ouchie voice once again. It makes my throat go ouchie.
And yet the very day before her departure, the Englishwoman was killed!
Only the day before?
Only the day before? That will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant. Like, why the fucking psychology check, bro?
Oh.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle. Now a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Ouchie. I hope he fucking dies at the end of this, bro. I know he has a kid already. Because, you know, the entire Ouchie clan depends on it.
As is your wish, Your Excellency. A repugnant crime took place on the 11th August in broad daylight.
Birds. saying, Casil?
On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, under a bright blue sky at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut, erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes.
She holding pen.
The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung.
Oh god. I'm already losing it, bro.
An injury which proved fatal.
We just started, bro.
There were two persons, alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett, in her bathing attire, and the accused, Ray Mamami. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady.
I think I can do it in a way that's, like, not gonna destroy me immediately. I just need to find it. Explain, bro. Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say.
That's certainly true. The prosecution summary was full of words that raise an awful lot of questions. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel and what he said about
the motive. Fuck you mean?
You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement.
Tut, tut, tut. Is the yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand?
I beg your pardon?
No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we?
Also, April, if you mean new character by Ryutaro, like, if Ryutaro is what you mean by new character, that's just Susato in drag.
Membami-san, you are a research assistant at the Imperial Yume University, I believe.
Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment.
I mean, she pulls it off. She pulls it off. It's great.
I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility. Fascinating to hear. Now another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then?
Oh,
Certainly fooled me. I mean, it also fooled Ray, like, the defendant here, who is Susato's best friend. Cause she's like, oh, you look so gallant and dashing, and being under your intense stare makes me so bashful. She didn't even recognize her own best friend. Like, that's how well she pulls it off.
I was studying under Dr. John H. Wilson.
Dr. Wilson, the visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago. I mean, deserved, honestly.
The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true?
No, I hated the bitch. Oh, yes. Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had toward the Englishwoman who killed him.
Well, obviously I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred. Oh no, Ray, be careful of what you're saying.
The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency.
Jesus, I have to just keep the fucking water bottle in my hand when I'm doing the ouchie voice.
Well, it was clearly a trap all along.
No shit.
How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. Must find out more details, and something we can use to bolster our defense.
I'm pretty sure they just, like reskinned Ryunosuke's model and used all of his animations.
As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel and what he said about...
Oh, everything, I guess, being alone together.
Mimbami-san.
Yes? What is it, Naruhodo-san?
Jesus, girl, you're fucking selling.
I'm really starting to wish we'd made my alias Ritaro Susato. Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot where the victim, with the victim in the first place. And why you were alone with her.
Oh, well, no! That's not true! It wasn't like that at all. There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all.
Huh. A detective that was guarding her. Oh my god, is Hosonaga back? Is Hosonaga fucking back?
But let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together when with the victim in the hut. You and no one else. The truth is, there's only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life.
No!
Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accused would have never had an opportunity to dispatch her again.
Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel.
Why do you keep stuttering?
The prosecution counsel seems to enjoy using provocative tricks like that. But for now, Alice, we need to assemble more facts. Try not to let him goad you. Oh, but he's so goading. Oh dear, that is really terrifying. But Father's right, we need more information.
Okay. The bathing spot.
If I may, Prosecutor Ouchie.
What do you want, you fresh-faced young yoga student?
I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot.
Ha! My apologies! Clearly my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind. Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West.
What? Don't you guys have onsens?
We were told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skins.
No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea?
Bitch, fuck if I know. For old time's sake, I believe.
Sorry?
Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply.
But on what grounds would we agree to such a request?
Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. Fucking pussies! In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal.
Don't look at me, Professor! It was the government who granted permission, not I!
You would've. You fucking would've, bitch.
In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
Grounds of being terrified of the British, yeah.
But in fact, murder took place.
I said don't look at me! It was the young student girl who did it, not I!
No one who has proved that yet.
I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to.
Not the British, French, nor Navy. I believe we have a clear picture of the incident now.
Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university. Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions.
Seeing the murder of the mentor for whom she had such great respect, enjoying such undeserved liberty.
Yes, even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment. I would have killed her too, honestly.
Poor Ray.
So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime, immediately following the grim incident.
I like how the photos in Japan are all... They're all, like, black and white, because they haven't caught up to the color cameras that, like, Britain's using. Yes, thank you, Counsel. A tragic image. She got a wine glass next to her.
As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden.
Under her hat, objection. Could have been a rat. Made her stab herself. You know, Ratatouille style. Like a rat assassin, you know? The court will accept this photographic print as evidence. Thanks. As I understand it, then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. Hold on, I want to look at this. Fucking stupid, like, bird, bro. She wears that even when she dies. Goddamn. Yes, no, so obviously poison, right? Like, they're gonna say, like, oh, yeah, it was the fucking stab wound, but, like, it's definitely poison, yeah? It's definitely poison. There's a fucking spilt wine glass. If there's a spilt wine glass, it's always goddamn poison. And she's holding a pen, which is interesting. What is this? Are these, like, clothes? I don't know what this shit in the background is. This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant.
Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case. We intend to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence.
Fuck. I fucking hate ouchie, bro. Oh my god, wait. I think water went down my windpipe. This is why I put a separation between the Ace Attorney streams.
Witnesses, but who?
One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective.
Maybe if I do it, like, lower in the throat.
I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt.
Ugh. Very well then, counsel. Bring forth your witnesses.
I, Taketsuchi Ouchi, have been waiting for this moment.
Sorry?
Oh yes, I haven't forgotten that trial 9 months ago, here in this very courthouse. When that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that his hair was fucking down. I thought it was always down. He looks like fucking Winston Payne. Because I think, oh, is it Max? I don't remember which Payne it is.
Ah! Ryunosuke Naruto!
Yes?
This insult to the Ouchie family name will never be forgotten!
You've become conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Fuck them old people. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that! Oh, shit! Oh, right! Oh, and he never tied that top knot again.
Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut, and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls.
Oh no, this is worse. No, that's worse. How the fuck did I do the fucking Ouchie voice before?
Yes, on that fateful day, my former self died.
The start of your own mini-Meiji revolution. Are you modernizing as well, Council?
Silence! Since I swore revenge back then, there's been a minor miracle atop my head. Observe the Ouchie growth!
Jesus Christ.
You see the seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown.
It's cause it's supposed to be like, cause that one pane has like the little fucking, like, for lack of a better word, like dongle on the front of his head. Like it's a pompadour, but it's like floppy, you know? Like, that's so fucking funny. What the fuck?
I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something.
I'm afraid I can't really see. Where is the hope exactly?
I said silence! Today I face another yokel student of the Naruhodo clan. Well, I will vanquish you! And my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned. With that, the prosecution calls the witnesses to stand.
Looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. The prosecution and the defense each has much to lose.
A haircut is hardly comparable to Ray's life.
God damn. Oh my god, he's back. Wait, Natsume's here! What? Wait. Oh, the gang's all back together. Well, except for Inosuke, I guess.
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court.
Chief Inspector Satoru Hosanaga. Imperial Police Bureau. I'm in disguise, obviously, so I can go undetected.
He's got a turtle on his head. Is he still bleeding when he coughs? You know what? I feel it. I feel it, dude.
And I am, well, the next big thing in books. An author renowned throughout the capital, in fact, yes. Soon to be sold out the satirical I'm a Cat, a sensational success by Soseki Natsume.
What the fuck? You're a published author now? Wait, you're actually famous? That's crazy. Also, I think your fucking paparazzi has blood on his hand. Oh no, that's probably an ink smear, right? That's crazy. Who is your paparazzi, man?
Oh my goodness.
Struggling student from the provinces, please! You needn't be in awe of me. I needn't? It's only natural that you'd feel nervous in my presence, but all of you, please relax. Call me Suseki, even. Yes. What on earth is Suseki-san doing here?
Tread carefully, Susato. That author fellow knows you from your time in London, doesn't he? If he exposes you for who you really are, this will be over before it's begun.
Yes. Yes, of course, I know. I presume Soseki-san won't have forgotten about me. I could certainly never forget him. Although he does seem to have changed somewhat in the 6 months or so that it's been since I last saw him. And as for Inspector Hosonaga, that amazing outfit is, hard to believe. Is that a real turtle on your head?
Look at him.
Do I have something on my face?
Well, your glasses for one, although they don't seem to be helping you see.
Thank goodness he hasn't recognized me either. God damn. Maybe I can pull off this drag thing. I suppose it's this disguise, is it? I thought that appearing here in the clothes I was wearing at the time would make for a more faithful testimony. It is my guiding principle to carry out all the testimonies flawlessly. Well, I can appreciate why an Imperial Police Bureau detective might have been present. But what business did a writer such as yourself have being at the scene, Saseki-san? Ah, well, you see. I had been asked that day to give a lecture. On the morning of the incident in the Imperial Yume University's Grand Lecture Hall, no less.
God damn, he's really made it, huh?
At Yume University? After the lecture, I had a very pleasant conversation with a researcher from the medical science department. The professor over there, in fact. With Professor Mikotoba?
Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers. They wanted some story or other about two former students who had studied in Great Britain.
Of course, being a renowned author, the press never leave me alone. They secretly spy, snapshots, scribble stories at and scupper my privacy. As you can see, the conversation was written up in this newspaper here. Read it at your leisure, my provincial struggling student friend. I have plenty of copies. For ego boosting! Thank you very much. Practically threw that paper at me.
Saseki Natsumi article has been entered into the court record. How much you want to bet there's another article on the newspaper that is relevant to the case? It's not like they've done that like twice already in this game, right? They wouldn't do it a third time, surely, would they?
Anyway, following my interview with the professor, hold on.
Oh no, actually no. I don't get to flip it this time.
It's Wagahai!
Wait. I thought you didn't bring Wagahai. That's cute though. I'm sure that I am sure that this crack in the lens is gonna have something to do with the case. Surely. That's a cute photo though. I wonder if the killer is his paparazzi in the background.
The lady in question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. Those were her words.
As I explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody. She continued to work in my laboratory under strict surveillance, of course. At which utterance, the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance. And the response was, permit Miss Brett to go as long as the detective accompanies her.
That detective I am at liberty to divulge was me, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga.
Thereby, the entire party departed cordially for the seaside, it seems.
It was extremely challenging to clear all other members of the public from the vicinity of the beach.
Yes, same.
But fortunately, I am at peak physical fitness in the moment, so... oh, shit. I was able to carry out my duty flawlessly. Oh, my, Inspector, you... you do have something on your face now. How unsightly. I do apologize.
Does that mean that you went to the beach too, Father?
No, fortunately I had work to finish off. But unfortunately, of course, it meant that as my assistant, Ray was invited to take my place.
Shit.
Of course, being a renowned author, I didn't like to decline the invitation. Oh, but if only I had, I'd never have seen that awful sight! Relentlessly racked by remorse and regrets!
I don't see a fucking crack in his lens.
Very well. I must now ask you to present your formal testimony to the court. You will give an account of all that you witnessed on your impromptu excursion to the coast.
He's dying.
Of course, Your Excellency. Who? Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret I am.
Good for you, Soseki. Shit. The witnessed scene.
On the day of the incident, I was ordered on a special surveillance assignment in this disguise. I just managed to catch that crab when I suddenly heard a caterwaul from behind me.
A what?
I ran to the beach hut at once, where I found the pair in question. Yes, that young girl was astride the Englishwoman, dagger in hand as she stabbed wildly.
Oh, fuck.
I saw the blood on the blade. It proved to me that she'd stabbed the victim multiple times.
Shit. Girly, why would you do this?
Indeed. It does appear that, from this testimony, that both witnesses here present saw it. The very moments of this heinous crime.
What?
Now, if you will recall, I promised evidence as well. What phrase did I use again? Yes, that was it. Damning evidence.
What have you there, counsel? A so-called fountain pen, is it?
The fucking turtle! Is it a toy?
Correct, Your Excellency. I found it at the scene whilst examining the body. It appears that in her dying moments with her final ounce of strength, the victim clutched a piece of evidence that would positively identify her killer.
What?
Your Excellency, if you would cast your eyes over to the photographic print of the crime scene once more.
Oh, goodness me.
My god.
Yes, the victim is clearly grasping something quite deliberately in that there in her hand. That's right, the fountain pen. And if you would kindly examine the pen, Your Excellency.
What?
The owner's initials have been engraved into the ebonite barrel. R.M. Ray Mbami.
Huh.
The initials of the defendant.
Huh.
Oh, no!
This fountain pen will be admitted immediately as critical evidence.
Shit. I mean, would Japanese people, initial them in what, like Roman letters? I can't look at it? Okay.
So have I omitted anything? Decisive testimony and damning evidence. There's a bright blue sky outside the courthouse today. Perfect weather to ascribe guilt, I feel.
Shit. I don't understand. The prosecutor Ouchie of 9 months ago had none of this man's poise.
I mean, it's certainly a lot of bravado. I think it's very much the same amount. Counsel for the defense, you may begin your cross-examination now. Naruhodo-san.
Naruhodo.
I guess the animations are slightly different.
That means... Oh? Yes, me.
Is there another Naruhodo in my court... he's British, sorry. Is there another Naruhodo in my courtroom?
Actually, there isn't even a single Naruhodo in your courtroom.
Cousin vtuber, pull yourself together, please!
Alright, I've seen this countless times as a judicial assistant. Find inconsistencies in the witnesses' testimonies to prove that they're lying somehow. That's all there is to it. That's why a real liar should handle a cross-examination. So let's see what I can do.
And it's too bad. We can't, like... we can't call for, like... You know, a... What was it? Summation examination? Because there's no fucking jury here. Goddamn. The witnessed scene. Okay. Here we go. Pressin time.
Hold it! Hold it!
In that jaunty disguise. Correct. Wait, no. I mean, it wasn't the first time I've worn this swimsuit for a dip in the ocean. It's tried and tested. Do what must be done to keep the Englishwoman under surveillance. Those were my orders that day. And this tried and tested outfit was the answer. Being able to blend flawlessly into the crowd is an important job, part of a detective's job.
What the fuck?
I submerged myself in the salty water, leaving only Mr. Turtle floating inconspicuously on the surface.
What the fuck? Why is he so sad? He's so sad.
Mr. Turtle loves the water.
Wait, is that an actual turtle? Wait.
But there was no need for you to blend into the background on this assignment, really, was there?
If that made you late on arriving on the scene, I think perhaps you had your priorities wrong.
No. It's so sad.
Perhaps I shouldn't pursue this line of questioning any further at the moment.
Bum bum bum.
I just managed to catch that crab when I suddenly heard a caterwaul from behind me. Crab? Explain.
You're describing the victim's scream, presumably, Sasaki-san.
In more literary terms, you could say that it was a scream that could have pierced the heavens. Much like a drill that could have pierced the heavens. Yeah! Or the like. Of course, that's just a metaphor. We renowned authors are wont to describing things so.
Sasaki-san, wasn't it all like this in England?
I mean, yeah, because he's famous now. He let it go to his head. Anyway, I spun around at the noise, and the beach hut immediately fell under my gaze.
Yes, the beach hut. The area is popular with government ministers. Many have seaside retreats there for rest and recuperation. Locals are prohibited from entering the area, so it's always been very quiet. The beach hut is a simple structure, erected as a place for people to change or take refuge from the sun.
Although the Englishwoman commandeered the hut for herself. Which meant that I was forced to change into my swimmer on the sand. Oh. Like, dick out? Like, goddamn.
I imagine that was rather embarrassing for you.
Well, anyway, I tossed the crab aside and headed for the beach hut at a run. Or, in more literary terms, I decrabbed and beetled off hutwise. What? Decrabbed? It's always faster to, you know, switch to your secondary than it is to decrab yourself. fuck are you talking about?
I ran into the beach hut at once where I found the pair in question.
Okay.
Wait, by pair, you don't mean to say. But how could that be? No. You must understand. Obviously, I mean the victim and the defendant, Remembami-san. Oh, it would have been helpful if you could have just said that from the outset. If you jump to conclusions, you have to expect to fall flat on your face sometimes.
Dear me, pinning your hopes on such an outside chance. Foolish. Very foolish. A foolishly foolish fool you are.
It really was an outside chance. I just wished I'd realized that before I said something very silly.
So, Inspector, why don't you tell the court how exactly you found the aforementioned pair in the hut?
Well, it was a sorry sight. A really grisly scene. I parted the Norn curtain hanging in the doorway and stepped inside only to see the defendant leaning menacingly over the lifeless body of the victim sprawled on the sand.
The turtle's head bobs! When he fucking coughs, man, goddamn.
My glasses very nearly cracked at the ominous sight that met my eyes.
How thoroughly appalling!
He doesn't appear to be lying here. Well, Saseki-san, can you confirm what Inspector Hosonaga is saying, I wonder? You like a literary man's opinions.
Sorry, I will BRB real quick. Gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I've been drinking a lot of water. I'm back. Alright.
Hold it!
Hold it!
Stabbed wildly. You actually saw her do it? Oh, indeed. The terrible spectre, the terrapin spectre, the bloody torrent, the author's torment! Jesus. You know, like, the poses make more sense now. Like a fucking Vogue model, you know? Well, at least that last pose. I don't know about the fucking hands forward, ass out pose.
Hey!
Every sight and every sound is still carved in my melancholy memory. That was my impression, at least, as a future literary sensation.
Counsel, what on earth was that shrill, effeminate scream?
Oh, no. What are you insinuating? I'm as manly a Japanese man as you.
I wonder if I might interject here, Sasaki-san. Also, shut the fuck up, Ouchie. Your voice is effeminate as fuck. Something you said is troubling me. That was my impression, were your words just now, I believe.
Oops. Jesus. You know, I never really touched on it before, but bro has, like, caterpillar eyebrows. Holy shit.
Oh, so you do mean to say, you're not confident that you really did see what you've described? No, I mean, yes, I know what I saw. My ears didn't deceive me when I heard that scream, hence my eyes didn't deceive me either. I could describe everything I saw vividly. I could publish it all in tomorrow's newspaper serial.
Dude, did you see it or not?
It sounds as though the next installment of I Am a Cat may take a macabre turn. I think this is a fool's errand. The more we press your author friend on what he saw, the more entrenched he's going to become.
Oh dear, how awkward.
Blood on the blade proved to me that she'd stabbed the victim multiple times. Wait a minute. Only a single wound. I'm still gonna press just to see the dialogue.
She was stabbed multiple times. How can you be sure of that? Very simply, from the blood on the blade. The blood? When I entered the hut, I saw the defendant holding the blade raised up in the air. Yes, that's right! I saw it too! Oh. And I noted that there was blood on the blade already at that point. In other words, the victim had already been stabbed at least once by the time I arrived on the scene. Yes, that's right, I saw it too!
I don't know about that, man.
And the victim was already holding the defendant's fountain pen in her hand, too.
I love this expression, this like, square up. Square the fuck up, you wanna fight?
All of which means I can be sure the victim did not die instantly.
I mean, they didn't die instantly, but they also only were stabbed once, so... Ugh. Sorry, hold on. My eyes are so... Like, I don't like rubbing my eyes because I feel like it exacerbates... I don't think it's... Is it allergies? I'm getting sniffly.
Yes, right, saw it too! Maybe a year in London was too much for him. He sounds like he's forgotten how to speak Japanese.
Goddamn. Yeah. Me learning another language and forgetting my fucking own.
The logic of your argument is sound, at least.
Well, as I said, is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly. Perhaps it should have been your guiding principle to protect the victim flawlessly? That's just my personal opinion, of course. Fuck. This is the second time, son of a bitch.
fuck? I'm dead. Counsel, you will refrain from mocking the witness. Don't bully him. He does his best, which is not very good.
Oh no, I just have so many thoughts swirling around in my head. It's all I can do to stand here, wide-eyed and mute.
Goodness, my dear, you really must try to calm down.
But how am I supposed to find an inconsistency in what these two gentlemen are saying? I don't see why either of them would have any reason to lie.
What you must remember, I think, is that witnesses may inadvertently lie at times. For various reasons. A misunderstanding, a mistaken observation, a delusion, even.
Ah, a delusion.
What's important is that we determine the truth, and there's only one sure way to do that.
Yes, with evidence, of course.
Spoken like a true judicial assistant. During witness testimony, you can use
E
to pick a piece of evidence to present for consideration. So you need to listen carefully to each statement and compare what's said to the details of the court record. If you find some conflicting information, that may be the inconsistency you're looking for.
Yes, it's all about inconsistencies.
Once you've identified a witness's statement that appears to conflict with a piece of evidence, present the evidence to the witness with R, and the way ahead will present itself to you, I'm sure.
Yes. All right then. I'll consider the details of all the evidence in the court record against each statement to find an inconsistency. I hope I'm up to the task.
Don't forget that you can have the witnesses repeat their statements as many times as you like. Everyone has to start at the beginning, remember. So these wide eyes are quite forgivable. And besides, there's no one else to defend the poor girl.
You're right. I need to listen to the testimony again from the start.
I know what it is. Bonk.
Bum bum. Bum 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 ba da ba ba da bum. Objection! Objection!
Oh shit! My first ever objection. Damn, Susato, you look good!
With that accusatory cry that just welled up from deep inside me, I think I finally understand why the fuck this shit's so fun. Every time Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san have stood here in this bench, the stakes have been very, very high indeed.
Oh shit, wait. Wait! A Susato objection theme? That's crazy! Oh, it's a remix of her theme. That's cool. That's fucking cool as shit. Oh, wait, I love it.
What's the meaning of that menacing pose, Counsel?
I'd like the witness to clarify something for me. Who, what, where, when, how?
Who is that paparazzi, man? Or paparazzo?
Not you, Soseki-san. The query is directed at Inspector Hosonaga. At me? In your statement just now, you said that the victim was stabbed multiple times. Yes, that's right. As I said, when I entered the hut, the defendant was already standing over the victim, bloody knife in hand like a murderous demon. And yet, that cannot be. What?
Get to the point, please, Counsel. I don't have all day for this shit. Oh, that's cute. Wait. Wait, she has the book. She still has her book.
In the post-mortem report, it clearly states that the victim was stabbed one time only. In other words, Inspector Hosanaga's testimony is clearly flawed. Oh! And Soseki-san. Me? You claim to have seen Membami-san in the throes of stabbing the victim. Yes, I did. Wildly! But both you and the inspector confirmed the same point. That there was already blood on the knife that you saw the defendant holding. Yes, and? It's quite simple. We know the murder weapon was used to stab the victim only once. Therefore,
maybe there was like, you know, like poison wine that was on the fucking blade.
There was no way there could have been blood in the knife if that single stabbing hadn't already occurred.
True!
And what exactly is your contention, Counsel? Are you ever going to tell us? Yes, Your Excellency. There's only one logical conclusion. What Suseki-san, in fact saw was not the moment that the defendant stabbed the victim at all, but the moment that the defendant, in fact, withdrew the blade from the victim's body. That can't be!
Osanaga's swimsuit is so funny.
Excellent work, Susato! You exploded at them with that objection and then proceeded to pull them apart systematically. I didn't think a woman could do it.
Objection!
Well, this takes me back.
What now, bitch?
Yes, I seem to remember your cousin staged a scene much like this in the trial 9 months ago. A half-witted child with a half-baked objection, attempting to steal the show. You're right. There were certain similarities. Except that so-called half-witted child managed to outwit the prosecution, who was only half a head of hair. Slander, my head is quite adequately dressed.
Bitch wear. I'm pretty sure your head has, at most, you know, a skirt and a single nipple covering, you know? If that.
In any case, all this talk of stabbing and withdrawing and multiple wounds, it makes not a jot of difference.
What? Why not?
Engage your brain, young man! When the accused first plunged the deadly weapon into the victim, that was the final blow. And it was at that moment that she had just withdrawn the blade ready for her next strike that the witnesses saw. The knife was already tainted with blood because the accused had already stabbed the victim. All you have successfully shown with your little display is that the mustached author is prone to moments of extravagance.
I mean, Weebin knew that.
Oh, shit!
I'm in agreement with the prosecution, which is unfortunate because goddamn look at the hairline.
Did I hydrate? I've been hydrating this entire time with the ouchie voice, bro.
Ugh. If the defendant was seen wielding the blade at all, that is sufficient grounds for her actions to be viewed with suspicion. But if she was withdrawing the blade...
Then we are back where we started.
Sorry?
Consider this, young yokel boy. If the student girl is innocent as you claim, then why would she have pulled the blade from the victim, and with a demon's cold-blooded composure, too?
I mean, maybe she was like, oh my god, who stabbed you? And then she's like, I gotta take this knife out in order to, like, patch up the fucking wound, but it's too late, because she's dead.
The prosecution demands an explanation, and it better be good.
Why did Ray pull out the knife?
Ah, yes, going for the jugular.
What does Father mean by that?
Going straight for the balls that you don't have.
Let the court hear your answer then, counsel.
The truth is, I don't really know. But I have to come up with a plausible reason here, or we don't have a case. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife blade out of the victim's body was surely so she could...
save her life.
According to the post-mortem report, the victim's death was not instant. That's correct. It's thought she would have remained conscious for a short while after sustaining the injury.
Maybe she, like, stabbed herself before she could, like... I don't know. Because, like... we don't know anything about, like, why she fucking killed Wilson, right? Maybe there was something that she, like, could not let be taken to court.
Indeed, giving her the time to take hold of this piece of evidence that clearly indicates her killer.
The point is, being a medical research assistant, Membami-san was compelled to act when faced with the wounded victim. Instinctively, she pulled the blade out in an attempt to save Miss Brett's life.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? It would seem that this is the best we could expect of this young yokel.
Indeed. Oh my god, wait, I didn't even notice that this judge has, like, long hair. I just saw his ponytail.
Is it just me, or does it suddenly feel much colder in here?
Who he calling a yokel? Brother looking like a yokel. Well, it's because Susato has, you know, claimed that she's from the countryside.
Your Excellency, if I may.
Like, any medical professional would know. You kind of just can't, like, remove the fucking knife from a stab wound. That's kind of stupid. Speak, witness.
I would like another opportunity to testify. In respect to the slipshod assertion just put forward by the Yokel Defense Council, I mean.
Okay, rude.
Slipshod?
Ugh.
An excellent idea, Inspector! Our young yokel hopeful has a modicum of knowledge when it comes to the law, it seems. But in matters of medicine, he appears to possess not an iota of common sense.
Very well, Inspector. I will permit your request. You will testify again before the court on the subject of the defense counsel's assertion.
Yes, sir. I will do so flawlessly.
Witness testimony. Forensic medicine primer.
Pulling a blade from a wound without thinking could cause heavy bleeding. That's basic knowledge that any medical research assistant with an ounce of sense ought to know. In other words, there's no good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. Let's not forget that the young student did have a motive for killing the victim. The man the victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Wilson, was the defendant's highly respected mentor. Is what you just said true, Inspector? Could pulling a knife from a wound really cause the wound to bleed heavily? Yes. Think of the weapon itself as a stopper in the wound that prevents excessive blood loss. Until a doctor is ready to provide proper treatment, that stopper shouldn't be removed. Oh, I see.
Ha! This is why yokels should stay on the farm. Ugh, poor people. Even a quack from some obscure mountain village would have such basic knowledge. Anyone who's ever given someone a little poke with a knife and pulled it out again knows it.
What?
Well, I've never stabbed anyone, you see, or pulled a blade out of a wound, so...
Of course you haven't. I didn't bring you up to behave like a bandit.
Father, is it true what they're telling me?
Yes, it's basic remedial knowledge for medics. Ray would have been well aware of it. If she were to claim ignorance of such fundamentals, that would prove fatal in many ways.
But then, why would Ray have done it? Could she have pulled out that knife in full knowledge that it would be fatal for Miss Brett?
Why don't we fucking ask? Like...
I don't know.
Ray never once mentioned anything about the knife to me. It seems almost impossible to believe, but... could my friend actually have?
Susato!
Yes?
Pull yourself together! We mustn't lose sight of why we're here.
What happened to belief? Like belief... unwavering, you know? Counsel, it's time for your cross-examination.
Oh, yes, Your Excellency.
However, I must warn you that if your cross-examination fails to identify any issue with the established facts, I will be moving my adjudication immediately afterwards.
Shit.
I understand.
Believing in your clients and fighting for their cause until the bitter end. I knew it would be hard, but I had no idea it would be this hard.
We just started, Susato. Girlie, I know you're just cross-dressing, but, like, you gotta nut up, you know? Pulling a blade from the wound without thinking could cause heavy bleeding. Whoops. Fuck.
Hold it! Hold it!
You say doing it without thinking could be a problem. Does that mean that you use due care and attention, it would be alright? I wouldn't have thought this needed spelling out really, but the blade is like a stopper in the wound. Remove it and a serious hemorrhage will occur. In other words, a medic would need to be present before any attempt was made to withdraw the blade. Doing it without thinking would be madness. You can't just do it. Oh, well, thank you for such a thorough explanation.
You see, Counsel, when you act without thinking, the result is a bloodbath.
Ugh.
Back to the witness testimony, please. Shut the fuck up.
Hold it!
Basic knowledge.
In that case, there's an obvious explanation here. Which is? Clearly, the defendant Rei Membami-san does not possess an ounce of sense. She's stupid as fuck.
Oh my god, bro. That's crazy.
What do you think about that, Professor Mikotaba?
I'm not sure that you should be labeling your best friend as lacking in common sense. Also, that's my fucking student. What are you saying about me, girl?
Well, I thought it would be better than labeling her as a murderer.
I don't know, young people today. If that's friendship, I don't understand it.
Wait. So the court does know that we're best friends, but doesn't know that I'm Susato Mikotaba. Okay. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Careful, Counsel. A lack of common sense can be a very dangerous thing. Jesus, chill out. Bro, put it down. Put it down!
Oh dear. That recoiled on me rather badly.
That's life, I'm afraid. A lesson everyone must learn.
Hopefully you can see now that this is really basic medical knowledge. Being involved in medical research, Membame-san would certainly have been aware of it.
Shit, fuck me. No good reason to why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim.
But the defendant had suddenly encountered somebody she knew lying on the ground, bleeding to death. The sight could have shocked her delicate sensibilities, causing her to remove the blade inadvertently. I really don't think inadvertent actions can explain this. The woman is a medical research assistant. I can't imagine she would behave so irrationally.
Oh, but irrational behavior is...
Oh, but irrational behavior is a woman's prerogative, isn't it? Oh dear. You have a lot to learn about women. That's kind of fucking sexist, man. You're never gonna get pussy like that. Only a small-minded man could have such bigoted views.
Goddamn. Respect, Hosonaga.
Oh dear. Perhaps I'm letting my male persona take hold a little too much.
Suzato's idea of, like, a man is just, like, the most fucking sexist macho motherfucker around.
Well, if I manage to convey the basics now, that should cover the medical side of the argument.
Cough, cough. Let's not forget that the young student did have a motive. Yeah.
Whatever the motive, it just isn't in Membami-san's nature to do something so awful. But she had both motive and opportunity. That it's very hard to argue against. But you don't know the defendant like I do.
Objection! And you, counsel, do not appear to know the law.
Yes, evidence is the only way to convince the court of your argument, not feelings.
That's not true. Appealing to pathos, like, to a jury, I guess you guys don't have juries here. Appealing to the pathos of the jury is actually, like, fairly fucking, like, common. Like, by fairly common, it, like, basically a lot. A lot of the times, appealing to pathos is, like, a huge thing in court, bro.
With this fledgling to defender, I would almost say that I pity the accused.
So do I.
Inspector, you will reiterate your point about the defendant's motive, please.
Yes, Miss Britt was in many ways the sworn enemy of Membami-san.
The man the victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Wilson was the defendant's highly respected mentor.
Hold it!
Well, yes, that's true. Dr. Wilson recognized Membami-san's talent and offered her the position of assistant despite her being a woman. Women, am I right? She was extremely grateful to him. Yes, the Englishman appears to have been a very broad-minded individual.
Dr. Wilson had no time for outdated traditions. Also, he has a 10-year-old daughter that fucking, has a PhD. Isn't that shit crazy? Like, women can do fucking anything if they wanted to. He met with opposition, of course, but he believed firmly in Membami-san's abilities.
Clearly, the defendant was in the man's debt, which only serves to prove my point.
Shit.
This is hopeless. I can't find a single crack in this testimony anywhere. If Ray knew that withdrawing the knife from the wound would threaten Miss Brett's life further. I just can't think of any way to explain why she did it.
Sir Zato, it's the times like these when it's especially important to remember the fundamentals.
The fundamentals?
Evidence is what counts in the courtroom, isn't it?
Of course, but I've been through the court record dozens of times already.
I think perhaps you're forgetting something, though. You needn't take the evidence at face value. You can and must examine it at greater detail, too. I realize this is your first time playing the role of lawyer in the courtroom. So, if you need reminding of the rudiments, you need only ask. I'll do my very best to help.
Examine the evidence in the court record. It's an idea, certainly. What should I do?
I know what to do.
Come to think of it, Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san were always turning evidence over and over in their hands. Yes, I need to examine things in greater detail with space.
By the look in your eyes, I see it's coming back to you. Go through the court record again and have a thorough look at everything. You may just find a clue.
Yes, I'll do it straight away.
Okay. Oh. I didn't even realize I could look at the pen. Oh, because I couldn't look at the pen before. Brr. RM. The RM. Oh, this is a cute sprite. What the fuck? Oh, I can, at this angle, yeah. Yeah, I can see it. At the angle with her 3D model is at in the courtroom, Like, I couldn't really see how she was pulling it off, but this angle I can certainly see. You know, yeah. I can see it. God damn, you pull off drag good, girly. The fuck?
The RM initials are clearly engraved here.
And the fact that Miss Britt was clinging to this pen in her dying moments is very clearly a message too.
Maybe her initials are RM. And her name is fake. I don't know.
To identify her killer, you mean?
I don't think there can be any doubt that this is a key piece of evidence in this case.
Open that shit up.
If we take off the pen's lid. Now let's unscrew the barrel, shall we?
Oh, we're just taking it apart? Oh, there's no fucking ink in here. That's crazy.
This must be the little reservoir that holds the ink.
Yes, you fill it by drawing ink from a bottle up through the nib.
Is something wrong, Father?
Just that there doesn't actually appear to be any ink in there, that's all.
Oh yes, you're right. It's pretty much empty. Well, it could be on the verge of running out, I suppose.
Huh. Very small amount of liquid still inside. Huh.
There's some sort of emblem here, look. But it isn't a Yume University one.
It must belong to some other organization of, I suppose, a business of some kind. But that would seem to imply that the pen doesn't in fact belong to Rel.
Huh. Wait. Bearing the initials RM and an emblem of some description. Huh. Can I look at anything? Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Anything on the back? Wait. I see that there's a fucking hair tonic thing on the back for fucking pain. Or, sorry, ouchie. That's so fucking funny. I wonder if there's anything else, like, recognizable on this page. I can't really see it.
This is the newspaper from Soseki-san. There seems to be an important article on the back page as well. Exclusive, deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. Oh, shit. Well, from Yume's Medical Research. Father, isn't that your lab?
What the? Let me see that! The poison's been stolen!
It's this morning's paper that Soseki-san gave us.
Dude, you didn't know? The fuck?
Are you saying you didn't know?
As embarrassing as that is for the head of the laboratory, I didn't. I've not heard of any such thing. Where on earth could a reporter have gleaned this information?
Come to think of it, there was no article mentioning this story in our paper this morning, was there?
It's a highly toxic poison we've been working on in the strictest confidence. I put Ray in charge of the project.
Oh, shit.
Ray, she was managing it?
If what's written here is true, it means that she tried to hide the theft from me. And moreover, the details were leaked somehow.
I mean, we already know that fucking Miss Brett, like Giselle Brett, was like accustomed to poisons and shit, yeah?
I don't believe it.
We need to read this article very carefully.
Oh, shit. Article about the poison's been entered in the court record.
Raucous England returnees tell all. This is the interview with you and Soseki-san, is it, Father?
Cute.
It looks as though it was quite an exchange.
Yes, he became a little over-animated when he was talking about his time in England. The photographer managed to capture the moment his hand karate chopped me on the neck. I died that day for 5 minutes.
I do hope you weren't hurt.
Wagahai! But that can't be Wagahai. That's just another cat. Bum, 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 bum. Following a lecture at Yume by Saseki Natsume on the 11th of August, it's come to light that a very disturbing incident took place. Deadly poison being secretly developed in the university's forensic science laboratory was stolen. Even the smallest amount entering the body, either via the mouth or via a wound from a poison-laced blade. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck. Okay, so there was poison in the pen, for sure, right? Definitely, yeah? But she was stabbed with a knife, wasn't she? Do we have the murder weapon? Current methods cannot detect a newly developed chemical. The university would have to be consulted. Onset of symptoms occur within minutes, starting with impaired breathing and ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death. Oh, shit! That was said in her fucking autopsy. Such symptoms would be suggestive of this toxin. It's apparently an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids and rumored to have been commissioned by the military. Yeah. Okay, so she was definitely fucking poisoned. Did she poison herself? Did she fucking poison herself? I mean, it's in her fucking character to use poisons that can't be fucking detected. Goddamn. Young student did have a motive for killing the victim. Huh. Highly respected mentor. What am I trying to, like, object to here, though? No good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. Young student have a motive for killing the victim. I'll save. Okay, I don't think it's this one. She had a motive for killing the victim. No good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. I'm so fucking confused. Shit. What am I objecting to? Would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. Young student didn't have a motive. The man was victim murdered. The man the victim murdered 9 months ago. Dr. Wilson was the defendant's high-respected mentor. No good reason why the Why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim.
I don't see how either of these would help. Even the smallest amount entering the body, either via the mouth or via a wound from a poison-laced blade. Huh. Like, what was the hint? This is hopeless. If Ray knew that withdrawing the knife from the wound would threaten Miss Brett's life further, I just can't think of any way to explain why she did it. I found a clue. I found 2 clues, but I don't know which statement they match to. Pulling a blade from the wound could cause any medical assistant with an ounce of sense might know. No good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. I mean, like... I have a theory, but like, I don't know if it's jumping too far ahead. I feel like that's like a jump, you know? Because like, I imagine she saw the pupils dilating, and then she's like, oh shit, she's like poisoned with the poison that we've been studying. And then she was like, oh shit, like this fucking blade must be poisoned. So she, you know, removes the fucking blade. I think it's this statement though. I'm gonna save here again. The question is, which piece of evidence do I present? The poison article or post-mortem?
Objection!
Oh! Let's go.
No, there is one possibility. One very good reason why the defendant might have decided to withdraw the knife from the victim's wound. What?
Ha! The yokel not only has a poor grasp of the law, but is also a poor loser. Tell us then, what possibility do you think you've identified?
It's here, in this newspaper article. An article about a deadly poison having been stolen from a laboratory at the Imperial University.
Objection! The victim perished from a stab wound. Poison has no relevance in this case.
But...
Prosecutor Ouchie will let the defense speak. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Annoying as fuck voice.
But a newspaper article. The court cannot rely on this kind of hearsay. Those wretched publications carry.
Counsel for the defense. I am going to need some tangible basis for your claim. You will indicate to the court precisely what part of the newspaper article mentioned affirms your assertion.
Your Excellency!
Yes, of course. Thank you. Ray would never have done something to further endanger Miss Brett's life without just cause. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife from the victim's body is explained in the article where it says...
Why is the poison being developed? It's the last part.
According to the article, the development of the poison was requested by the military.
Yes. A troubling revelation indeed.
Oh, it's very worrying.
And yet, even more worrying is how this yokel is trying to manipulate the court with nothing more than rumors.
Ah! But I feel sure Ray had good reasons for her action.
What? But it says that her, eyes dilate, bruh.
And I feel sure the explanation is somewhere in this newspaper article. What?
But I did read it! I fucking did! It's in that section! Don't fucking gaslight me, game! What the fuck? It's right there! Onset of symptoms occur in minutes, starting with impaired breathing and ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death. Bitch! Don't fucking gaslight me, Ace Attorney! It's in this fucking section. Shut the fuck up! Oh my god. I guess... Fuck, dude. I guess poison-laced blade is the fucking answer. But, she would have had to see the fucking signs of her, having been poisoned first before she could have, come to the conclusion that she stabbed herself with the fucking poison, bro. Bruh. It's fucking stupid. What is even reading?
Yes! The reason why the defendant pulled the knife from the victim's body is explained in the article where it says deadly in tiny quantities. I guess. The article reveals the following property about the poison in question. When the toxin enters the body on a knife laced with the poison, it's rapidly absorbed and causes death in minutes. Are you suggesting if the knife used to attack Miss Brett was laced with this very poison, it would explain why the defendant, Membami-san, would have withdrawn the blade as soon as possible? Yes, the truth is... It was an attempt to stop the poison from entering the victim's body.
Oh, this is such a fucking good theme, dog.
What?
Objection! Yeah.
This is complete and utter nonsense!
And now I'm gonna have to present the fucking third page. Shut the fuck up, Gabe. Just because I jumped the gun a little bit. At least it didn't penalize me.
Not at all. The defendant withdrew the knife blade from the victim's body, not to accelerate the woman's demise, but to save her life. And the prosecution cannot deny the possibility.
Have you not read the postmortem report? The cause of death was hemorrhage. The word poison appears nowhere in the document.
Well, that's... That's because by acting quickly to remove the blade, the defendant prevented the poison from taking hold.
Girl, stop assuming shit.
Oh, please. That is clearly desperation, the weasel's last breaking of wind.
Like fart?
Poison has nothing whatsoever to do with this case, as I believe the defense is well aware.
Susato, you have to chill.
We have no proof that the information in this wretched newspaper article is at all reliable anyway.
In that situation, what the student should have done is wait for medical assistance to arrive. But instead, you claim she suspected poisoning and took the potentially lethal decision to remove the blade. She must have had a strong reason for her suspicions then, or the argument makes no sense.
Exactly! Well put, Inspector. On what grounds did she do it, yokel?
Why did Ray suspect the stolen poison was involved?
Because of the fucking eyes! Can nobody in this courtroom read?
If you want grounds, I'll give you grounds. What?
You can't possibly!
From your expression, counsel, it would appear that those are not empty words.
Mostly.
But naturally, as you stand in this courtroom as a lawyer, you must be aware that words alone, empty or not, are of no value in our modern justice system. Ah, yes, modern. The court demands evidence.
Yes, Your Excellency. I'm well aware of that. I've seen it many times. From my place at his side in the Old Bailey.
In that case, counsel, you will present the proof to the court now. What evidence demonstrates a clear link between this case and the poison in the newspaper article? Fucking postmortem. The autopsy report, bitch.
I would ask the court. I would ask the court to refer to the notes section of the postmortem report, which reads: extreme meiosis, pupil constriction, was observed in the victim. Ah. Clearly, being a yokel with no knowledge of forensic science, I had no idea, so please do tell me. Presumably, the fact that this condition of the victim was noted in the postmortem report means that it's an unusual symptom of death?
Well...
Clap back, of course. That's what Ace Attorney's all about, baby. Gotta clap back.
Under normal circumstances, the pupils dilate when someone dies. If there was an extreme constriction instead, that's most certainly unusual, yes. Usually indicative of someone on, like, I don't know, crack.
What are you doing, you yokel detective?
In the newspaper article, there's the following information about the stolen poison. Onset of symptoms occurs in minutes, ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death.
What?
If the defendant, upon seeing the victim stabbed in the back, happened to notice that the pupils of Miss Brett's eyes had constricted severely.
Honestly, I feel like we could have skipped a lot of this if we had just, like, I don't know, spoken to Ray.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. As a medical research assistant, she would have suspected poison immediately, without doubt.
Prosecutor Ouchie, I think you'll agree. This is very compelling evidence.
You yokel student and yokel professor!
I mean, he's hardly a yokel. He's been teaching at the fucking university that is relevant to this case, bro. I believe the defense has expertly demonstrated a credible reason for the defendant's actions.
No.
Eugenie Kotova.
Yes, Your Excellency?
I believe you are best placed here to confirm or deny the veracity of the defense counsel's argument. Ah, yes, because you're not biased at all. Even though you've been standing next to the defense, even though there is supposedly no connection between you two at all. You will tell the court the truth about the details reported in this newspaper, please.
It pains me to have to admit it, but not my fucking, department anymore, bro. I gave that to Ray as shit. But I'm afraid I don't know.
You don't know?
A toxin was kept under lock and key in my laboratory, certainly, but I was unaware of any theft.
Do you mean to tell the court that the reports of this theft are unfounded?
No, Your Excellency. Without returning to the laboratory to investigate myself, I couldn't say. Ha! Listen to the bumbling academic! Unaware of the theft of secret state research from his own workplace until he reads of it in the newspaper. I take full responsibility for the incompetence of my supervision.
Father.
A pitiful situation for a university professor. You should have more control over your students, rather than allowing them off on killing sprees.
I mean, you could say that about any fucking chemistry teacher, bro. Bonk.
That's totally unfounded. Oh, hold it!
Oh, hi.
None of this is Professor Mikotowa's fault. It's all my fault. Ray.
Mimpami-san, you stand accused here. Outbursts like that will not be tolerated.
But it was me.
I was the one who noticed that the poison we were developing had been stolen that day.
What?
So you knew. I'd been placed in charge of overseeing the project. It was the day that the professor and Saseki-san were interviewed together for the newspaper. That's when I noticed that some of the poison was missing. Just a tiny amount that was.
Why didn't you let me know immediately?
Honestly, Professor, it's because I didn't want to fail the fucking class. I was scared. The whole project was supposed to be confidential, but some of the toxin had somehow been taken. So I decided I'd try to get it back myself before anyone found out. Because I had a very good idea about who the thief was.
Oh, no. No, you're gonna implicate yourself again. Ray, please! Fuck! Ah, shit.
The thief? You don't mean... Yes, of course. It was that dainty English woman.
Ms. Giselle Brett.
That's why I decided to join the little group of people going to the seaside. Inside the beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett. But she just sat on a stool at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me, as if she knew she was untouchable. I know it was you who stole the poison. Well now, whatever do you mean? I'm speaking English, and you're speaking your filthy Japanese. And then, she suddenly got to her feet, before falling to her knees in front of me and then collapsing on the floor. That's when I saw the knife in her pack. I couldn't understand what had just happened. And then, a moment later, I was seized with fear. The pupils of her eyes they'd shrunk to tiny pinpoints.
I don't believe it.
In other words, you realized that the victim was suffering the effects of the stolen poison.
My mind started racing. I hadn't seen anything past Miss Brett's lips whilst I'd been with her. Which left only one possible way for the poison to have entered her body.
I mean, she was holding a wine glass, girly. Girly. There was a wine glass, girly. Like right there, girly. Okay.
On the blade of the knife in her back.
And that train of thought was what spurred you to withdraw the blade.
Yes. If the amount that had entered her bloodstream was small enough, she might still have a chance. That's what I hoped. Really? I'm so sorry for staying silent all this time.
Your attempt to hide the truth of what happened is not something that can be overlooked. You will still be going to jail at least a little bit for perjury. However, I have duly noted the courage with which you confessed in the end.
Thank you, Your Excellency. It's barely perceptible, but I do think the balance has shifted a little here, in this courtroom now.
Until Ouchie brings up the fact that, you know, Ray could have easily just fucking stolen the poison herself and then fucking stabbed the bitch instead with the fucking knife. You know? I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there's a lot of fucking plot threads this could go down.
Objection!
Yeah, there we go.
Your Excellency, do not be deceived. The victim just collapsed before your eyes, you say? Well, Membami-san, if that is the case, perhaps you can explain how Miss Brett came to be stabbed.
Well,
You have no answer because the simple truth is that you stabbed the victim motivated by revenge.
Objection!
But you have no conclusive evidence to prove that assertion, do you?
I'm actually... Oh, I have evidence, and it is very much conclusive.
Shit. What's the prosecution counsel up to? It was brief, but he hesitated for a moment there. I'm almost sure of it.
Hesitated? Why? You will produce the aforementioned evidence at once, Prosecutor Aochi.
Perhaps some praise is due, young yokel student.
What? What?
I'd imagine there would be no need for me to submit this evidence. But you've brought this on yourself!
The fuck? Oh shit, her mask is off. We've never seen her without the mask.
What the?
I mean, what does this say? Also, that's the same fucking lens crack. Hi. Hi. I see that. That's the same fucking lens crack from the fucking photo. The fucking photo with the goddamn, the interview. I see it. The killer is the paparazzi, bro.
What the? Could a more damning shot exist? The cruelty in the air on that beach is almost palpable.
I don't know who's saying that.
This evidence, more than any other, reveals the true extent of the accused's murderous nature. For it shows the precise moments that Mimbami-san plunged her dagger into the victim's back.
I mean, not really. Could also just be the moment that she was pulling it out. Are you fucking dumb?
No, that's not true, no! I don't believe it.
Ah, shit! Even though that's literally, I don't understand. This is just the same fucking, this is the testimony, but like a picture now. Order! Counsel for the defense, was it you who was responsible for that shrill scream that just pierced my courtroom?
Perhaps his voice has yet to break. Perhaps his balls have yet to drop. These yokels are slow of mind and slow to mature. Look at his slender frame! What a fucking femboy! And Japan's not into those yet.
I'll show you who's slow to mature.
Careful now. Susato is starting to show her face here.
It is often said that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and here we have ample proof. Not really. This is just the moment she was pulling it out. You kidding me? The court will accept this extremely cogent photographic print as evidence. No. It could very fucking much be the moment she's pulling out the knife. I don't understand why this is like, you know, supposedly evidence of her stabbing it in.
I can't believe he's had a photograph like that up his sleeve the entire time. What the fuck was the point of the testimony? It's such a stark image, I'm genuinely lost for words.
Wait a minute, I don't understand. How did you... I mean, who took that photograph?
Ray.
Objection! That's of no importance here. Stop trying to divert attention.
It's very much of importance here. That means that someone was there on the fucking scene. Are you fucking kidding me? What is this fucking kangaroo court, bro? No wonder they were saying that, like, the Empire of Japan needs to learn from Great Britain. Even, like, none of the fucking bullshit in the British courtroom, like, was nearly this fucking dumb. Like, what the hell?
Objection!
That's an absurd thing to say. It's crucially important. Whoever took this photographic print was a witness to Miss Brett's death. This court must be allowed to hear this person's testimony.
Ah!
I will uphold the defense's demand. The prosecution will reveal the identity of the person responsible for taking this photograph at once.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that.
Pardon?
You see, this print arrived at the Imperial Police Bureau headquarters by express post yesterday. But there was nothing to indicate the sender's name or address. The provenance of the print is unknown.
Goodness. Oh, goodness. Bro. Are we fucking for real here? Are you all blind? Are y'all fucking blind? Are we fucking blind here? Are we all blind here? Hello? Y'all fucking blind as shit!
Are we to understand then, Counsel, that in full knowledge of the fact that this photograph has the murkiest of origins, you nevertheless believe it fit for submission as evidence in the Supreme Court?
When you first produced that print before, I noticed that you hesitated for a brief moment. Because you knew that it wasn't completely reliable evidence, didn't you?
Silence, you yokel student and blabbering professor!
What happened to yokel professor, bitch?
What matters is the blatant truth that this print so eloquently expresses.
But the defendant has already admitted to pulling the blade from the wound. Clearly, this isn't the moment that the knife plunged into the victim's back, but
The moment it was withdrawn. Don't waste this court's time with your ramblings.
Why? Indeed, without knowledge of who produced this print, we have no means of verifying the claim. And the scene it captures is without doubt the most compelling What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck? Like, we're just gonna fucking lampshade that shit? Like, oh, yeah, it could be the moment that she's just withdrawing the fucking blade. No. What the fuck are you saying, bro? Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Compelling evidence my fucking ass, bro. I'm so mad. If the defense is unable to shed any further light on the matter, I believe the conclusion is clear.
oh no.
Sir Zato, this is the time for you to fight. If what you've established so far is true, then there can be no doubt. This photograph shows the moment that Ray withdrew the blade from the victim.
Yes, we need to prove that somehow.
You have plenty of time to rue your defeat on the slow train back to the provinces. And to rue the day you came up against the Takatsuchi Ouchi in court of law.
If I can't determine who took the photograph, then the trial is going to come to an end. There must be a clue somewhere. There must be some way of working out who took it.
Well, counsel?
Your Excellency. The burning question is, who took that photograph? And the truth is,
I have the answer.
This isn't about whether I can or can't come up with the answer now. I simply have to. The identity of the person who took this dramatic photographic print is, I assure you, something the defense can and will reveal.
No, you can't possibly.
And it's because the fucking paparazzi or photographer, whatever, bitch, couldn't be bothered to replace his goddamn camera lens. Poor moment.
But, as you so boldly claim that you can, please, do enlighten us.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to present a name.
How utterly underwhelming. Did you really believe you could...
However, I am able to present evidence. The defense has a piece of evidence that reveals important details about the photographer's identity.
What?
It's the fucking other photo with the same exact fucking crack. Well then, counsel, please present your proof to the court. Which piece of evidence do you claim reveals something about the identity of the mystery photographer?
Take that! Take that!
What is that? The newspaper again! Raucous England returnees tell all.
It's not the headline that's relevant here, Your Excellency. It's the photograph. If you look at it closely, you'll notice that there are some white lines on the right-hand side.
Yes indeed. They had already caught my eye as it happens.
Ha! What of it? A shadow of some kind, presumably from the branches of a tree or the like.
A white shadow? Are you fucking stupid? Sorry. We're talking about common sense, and you're saying that, like, a shadow of a tree is fucking, like, blinding white? Dumb shit?
There are no trees growing inside my laboratory at the university, I can assure you.
Now, if you look closely at this photograph, good gracious! Yes, exactly the same pattern of lines is present on this photograph too.
Objection! Well, that tells us nothing. Ha! Yes, it's a shadow of some kind, definitely from the branches of a tree.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
There wouldn't be any trees growing inside a hut at the beach, Council.
What's quite remarkable about it is that the two patterns are absolutely identical. How could such an extraordinary similarity have transpired?
The curious matching pattern that appears on both photographic prints is a result of
a camera defect. Some tree branches.
Obviously, it must be due to a problem with the camera used to take the photographs.
With the photographic device? Yes, we can confidently say that the camera's lens must be scratched. And that the scratched lens causes unwanted lines to appear in every print taken with that device. It's too bad we don't have a way to, fix up photos. Like a shop where we could alter photos. I don't know. A photo shop, if you will.
In short, the two photographs under consideration here were taken with the same camera.
But there must be hundreds of such camera devices here in the capital.
None with the same exact fucking defect, dumbass.
It would be utterly impossible to identify the owner of this particular one.
Objection!
There's usually credits for the fucking, person who took the picture in the goddamn article, dumb shit.
I think you're forgetting, Prosecutor Ouchie, that one of the photographs featured in a newspaper article.
A newspaper?
That's right. Ha! The author of that article is the mystery witness to this crime.
I mean, not necessarily the author, but the fucking, the photojournalist, They're not necessarily the same person, but okay. What? Many more? What? Many more! Wait. Many memo. Many memo! I see why you were called a Raucous England returnee.
What are you yelling about? You've already testified.
It's many memo, I tell you! Many memo! Many memo!
Soseki-san, what was that? Did you say many memo?
Ever since I returned to Japan, A reporter from the Shoyu News has been hounding me, following my every move. A reporter by the name of Raiten Many Memo. Are you fucking serious? Write in many memos? I'm crying. I'm fucking crying. Write in many memos? Crying. Yes, hounding me from dawn till dusk.
Ah, now that he mentions it.
They secretly spy, snapshot, scribble stories, and scupper my privacy. Yeah, I fucking knew it, bro. I fucking knew it, bro. Like, I'm trying to, like, figure out what the importance of the ink stain on his hand is. Because, like, usually ink stains happen with, like, lefties, right? Oh no, it's Japanese. It would be from right to left, so, like, righties would get the ink smudge, yeah? Yeah.
Could that same reporter be?
A camera to the left of him, a notebook to the right! There I am, stuck in the middle with writing many memo! So you're saying that this picture was taken by many memo, yes! My lord, your excellency, Esquire! Oh, so you tack Esquire to every person's title? Jesus. Officer, find this newspaper reporter at once and bring him to my courtroom. He's already here. He was taking pictures of him. We will adjourn for a short recess in the meantime.
Oh, yes, your excellency.
As you say, Your Excellency.
And one more thing. I want this knife, the murder weapon, examined for traces of poison. Oh, we haven't even seen this fucking thing. Oops, sorry. You will solicit the assistance of the Imperial University's medical department for the task. Understood?
Huh. Meh. Many memo.
Many memo.
Pep, pep. Ratat.
Oh. Do I go for it? Oh, new fucking save theme. That's cute. Do I fucking go for it? Because, like, I fucking could. I straight up could do it again. 7-hour stream. Oh, but, like, depends how long I gotta go for. Ah. So far, this court case is wild. I mean, it's pretty tame so far as like, Ace Attorney standards, yeah? It's nice seeing all the familiar faces, though. The only, like, new face we've seen is the reporter guy. And he's probably the killer. You know what? No. Not this time. Not this fucking time. Just because I'm gonna fucking throw my voice out and then I'm not gonna be able to do a Thursday stream. Or tomorrow's stream for that fucking matter. Yeah, so... Oh, fuck. I'll be back with this next week. Ugh. Although, it is a little tempting to, like, just get the fucking ouchie voice out of the way. But, who knows? Maybe I'm gonna, like, have to voice pain in investigations, too. I have no idea, man. If I do, I'll fucking die. It's tempting to finish this case all in one go so I'd never have to do this voice again. But I think it's probably better. It's probably better to not do that. So, I'll be back with this next week. But tomorrow, I'll be back with Metaphor Fantasio. And I'll see you all then. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.